Hello, in this video we will look at the malaria, basically the Plasmodium. It is also known as the Protozoa because it is free living and it is contain a unicellular. So the Plasmodium is basically the mature form is the okinete. So in this way, Plasmodium is the different type of species, Falciparum, malaria, vivax, and ovale and novale. See. So in this way here you can see the protozoa. This protozoa contain nucleus, mitochondria, convoluted tubules, and the micro tubule of pellicle. An apical cap is shown in the figure. So in this way, this is the general structure of the protozoa Plasmodium. In this way, it is the okinete. So let's begin to understand from mosquito. So Anopheles is the female mosquito will bite to the human, and it will suck the blood, ingest the blood. So the mosquito inject sporozoids in this case during a blood meal. So in this way, the blood meal during the meal, it will transmit the sporozoids. The sporozoids will go into the blood circulatory system and ultimately fall on the liver. So in this way, here we will discuss about the skin. Here is the skin which contain a epidermis and dermis. Dermis contain a blood vessel, and this blood vessel basically this is a part of skin, and the small blood vessel is known as the capillary, which contain a 3 to 4 red blood cell movement one by one. So in this way, here is the mosquito will bite. It means the virus will be inserted into the blood circulatory system into the capillary and suck the blood while transmit the sporozoids. The sporozoid will be moved into the liver. So in this way, the liver will be human liver stage we will discuss about. This human liver stage is known as the Exo Erythrocyte Cycle. And in this way, the Exo Erythrocyte Cycle mean it is without the erythrocyte. In this way, here is a liver which that is contain a hepatocyte and insert the hepatocyte these sporozoids. And after this infected hepatocyte will be schizont formation. In this way, the hepatocyte will be burst or rupturing of the schizosome. So in this way, the liver basically in this case will be damaged also. In this way, here is you can see that is a merozoid formation. After the sporozoid, merozoid will be formed in the liver, and this merozoid will go into the circulatory system, again the blood circulatory system. So in this way, the blood circulatory system will accept the merozoids. So this merozoid in the human blood stage, in this way, the red blood cell is infected by the merozoids. And after this infection, the merozoid will be invaginate into the RBC, and that is the immature trophozoid formation. So immature trophozoid formation. And this immature trophozoid formation to become a mature trophozoid formation. And this mature trophozoid formation will further replicate, and in this way the production of the schizont formation. And this rupture schizont will be moved, that is known as the merozoid again. So this merozoid formation, this cycle is running again and again. So the erythrocyte cycle it is known as, because the red blood cell. So here is the rupture schizont will be produce the merozoids. This merozoid will be again infect the erythrocyte. So this is known as the erythrocyte cycle. So the exoerythrocyte cycle are present in the liver, while the erythrocyte cycle are present in the circulatory system, which that is related to the red blood cell, RBC. So after this, on the other hand, this is the immature trophozoid. This trophozoid is converted into the gametocyte, and this gametocyte is basically contain male and female gametes. So this male and female gamete during the again anopheles basically ingest the in a mosquito ingest the gametocytes during blood meal. So again the mosquito will be ingest through skin. So in this way the gametocyte will be enter into the digestive system of the mosquito. After the movement into the digestive system of the mosquito, so the sporozoid cycle will begin. The sporozoid cycle will begin again. This produced sporozoid will inject again into the blood circulatory system. So I hope you make sense about that. So this is the sporozoid cycle. So it is three type of cycle: erythrocyte cycle, exo erythrocyte cycle, and sporozoid cycle, which that is required the anopheles. So let's begin to understand the sporozoid formation again. You can see, and again the sporozoid formation from the mosquito digestive tract. So here is the ingestion of the gametocytes that is present in the gametocyte into the red blood cell, and this mosquito ingest gametocytes and during blood meal, and in this way the ingested gametocyte will move into the digestive tract of the anopheles or mosquito. So this is the digestive tract. In this way the sporogonic cycle will be occur. So this is the fourth cycle are present in the basically the sporozoid cycle. So this is the sporogonic cycle or sporozoid cycle. So in this way you can see, in this way here is the X-flagellated microgametocyte male and macrogametocyte is the female. This will be separate and it is the haploid. So in this way this produce the macrogametocyte, which that is, and the male gametocyte produce this is known as the okinetes formation. After the fertilization to form a zygote with the male and female to produce zygote, and this zygote will convert into the okinetes and ultimately release of sporozoid from the oocyst. So this oocyst is the non-motile, while the produced the okinete is the motile. So in this way the again mosquito injects sporozoids during blood meal. So in this way this cycle is occurring again and again. So in this way the Plasmodium create a malaria. This malaria is basically due to the Plasmodium, and this is basically is the vivax is especially, and malaria, Plasmodium malaria. So in this way here you can see when go into the blood circulatory system, so the normal RBC and the abnormal are infected RBC, and in this way they trigger the monocyte by produce cytokines, and in this way the spleen macrophage, in this way in the spleen spleen macrophage will ingest the infected red blood cell. After the ingestion, so the destruction of the RBC, in this way the anemia formation, decrease the respiration, fatigue and high fever. Why the high fever? High fever is due to the cytokine and inflammatory response due to the produce of the pyrogen is known as the pyrogenesis. So produce the more heat. So this is known as the pyrogenesis. So in this way the pyrogen is the different type of the inflammatory mediators which that create the high heat and fever. So in this way here you can see the cytokine. Pro-inflammatory cytokine also produce the tumor necrotic factor alpha, interleukin 1 beta, interleukin 1b, and it creates the chills and low blood pressure and rigor, as well as headache and perspiration. It means the more sweating due to the high temperature in our body. So the perspiration is rare because the increasing of the body temperature is important. So the perspiration after the recovery. So in this way here you can see another tumor necrotic factor alpha and INF, a tumor necrotic factor gamma, which that is also produced from the infected red blood cell during the macrophage ingestion. So the normal RBC here, and here is the infected RBC. Will ingest it to produce the cytokines. These cytokines produce the interferon alpha and interferon gamma. In this way, you can see the a proliferation of the adhesion molecule CD36 and ICAM1, which that is vascular permeability increase due to this adhesion molecule. So the CD36 and ICAM1, which produce and proliferate into the endothelial cell of the blood vessel. So in this way, here is the red blood cell contain a infected red blood cell express surface protein. The surface protein will bind with the receptor adhesion molecule, and in this way the bind with the receptor and the adhesion molecule activated by thrombin to blood clot, and it is vascular permeability will be vascular permeability will be increased. So in this way you can see blood clotting will inhibit the blood circulatory system, the blood rushing inhibition. So this blood rushing inhibition will cause the tissue inflammation and leukocyte into the tissue obstruction of vessel. In this way, the obstruction of vessel will be occur, and the obstruction mean the hidden basically inhibition. So in this way, here is you can see in this way the result of the brain, cerebral malaria, which that is the fatal, and the lungs, which that is produce the acute respiratory distress, and the placenta during the pregnant female will cause the placental malaria, and the kidney, which that is produce the renal impaired and create the acidosis. It is known as the acidosis, and the blood pH will be decreased to cause a acidic pH to known as the acidosis. It can be a ketoacidosis or on other things. So the liver is the hepatocyte will be destruction. So all these things is about the malaria is our view.